It's been very difficult for me to do this video today because I got a message from a lady this morning who suffered with domestic violence her whole life. So I want to talk about that at the end. Now, I do apologise because I'm probably going to swear a lot. But before that, I'm still going to show you what I'm wearing today. I'm still going to do my makeup because I'm still going to show up for myself. Now, I know that a lot of you are still in domestic abusive relationships. I understand that. And I understand that, when I say be bold, be brave, be beautiful, you can look at me and go, don't be so goddamn condescending. Because when you get dressed up and you walk down the stairs, you've got somebody who's telling you that you're fat, you're ugly, you look like a clown. Who do you think you are? But when I say be bold, be brave, be beautiful, I'm saying it because I want you to say it to yourself, and I want you to be really strong with yourself. So, first of all, we're going to do the outfit. Now, I got this little top in a charity shop for £4, and when I saw this, first of all, look at it. I mean, the fabric is amazing, isn't it? But I knew exactly what I wanted to wear it with. So I'll stand back and show you. Now, my son Ryan's here. They're watching the goddamn football downstairs. But once they've finished watching the football, we can go out. So yeah. Now, I've got all of my beads on. And you could say, Samantha, little, too many. But, love that. And look, I've got a little tulle skirt on. But I've got sequin trousers underneath. Look at that. Absolutely lovely. Got me little flats on. The sun's out. But just in case, I was thinking, should I sew the sleeves up? I thought, well, because the sun's out, I really can't be bothered. But I'll leave them today. If it does get a little bit cold, I've got this little sort of denim jacket. So yeah. Absolutely love that. But I think it's going to be a nice day, so I think I'm just going to be walking around like that. So makeup, just put my Coral Fixation on by H&M. My Primark makeup, illuminating foundation, I put him on today. I thought that it might be a bit, as I'm getting darker, but it does seem to still work with so I'm going between MAC and Primark. So yes, and just a little bit of turquoise eyeshadow. I haven't put anything else on. So that's basically it. Yes, so listen, if you don't want to hear about this, please, but so I was messaged by this lady and she was saying, that she watches my videos and she's inspired. But again, you inspire me. Now, this lady, she struggled. She had her skull broken. She jumped out of a car attempted to jump out of a car that was going at 90 miles an hour. He tried to gouge her eyes out. Horrific things, and like she said, it was very difficult to get out of this relationship because he threatened to kill the kids, burn the house down and kill her. And so so you're stuck, aren't you? I mean, where do you go from that? I mean, so I've not been in an abusive relationship, but it sort of, from what I sort of think is, it starts off slow, doesn't it? And I mean, I've been with Stephen for, sort of 29 years now, and it sort of starts off slow. Now, there have been situations with Stephen where he's done something and I'm like, don't fucking speak to me like that. And, whereas I could have just let it go, and I could have sort of, an example, like Ryan and Connor, when they were little, they like spaghetti bolognese. And so I cooked spaghetti bolognese, but Stephen doesn't like spaghetti bolognese. And one day he said, I'm not fucking eating that. And I got the spaghetti bolognese and I just launched it at the wall. And I said, go and make your own fucking dinner. So, but maybe there's a lot of women who wouldn't have that confidence. And, you know, it's sort of, and I know as well that women, you know, there's this, you know, there is abuse on both parts, isn't there? You know, and it's trying to find that balance. And, you know, I just think it starts off slow with some people and it just builds up. And then one day you're sort of like, where did I go? You know, and how did I get, you know, to this place? And it's very difficult to get out. Now, what she did say was, ladies who have been through the worst and contemplated suicide, overcome addiction and abuse, they seem to come out on top, and they're always there to inspire other people. Now, as well, there's a book, and it's called Man's Search for Meaning, called by Viktor Frankl. Now, he was in a German concentration camp. And, you know, and I read this book a few years ago, I'm going to go and buy it again. But when you're stripped bare of everything, I mean, you know, they were completely naked, you know, but what they can't do, what the Germans couldn't do, and, you know, who your partner or anybody who's abusing you can't do, is they can't take your soul. And even if if you're stuck in the thick of it right now, and you're like, there is no way out, there is a way out. And Viktor Frankl was saying, often through a goal or a love of somebody, you're more likely to survive. And, you know, now the lady who messaged me, she is also suffering from terminal cancer now. Now, all of that you've got, nobody else has gone through that level of suffering that you have. And you can put that in a book. You can start posting videos. You can inspire somebody. Nobody's walked in your shoes. And I mean, like Frida Kahlo, she, you know, she took her pain and she put it into painting. You can take your pain and put it into a book or poetry. You can take your suffering and you can share it with the world. But what you can't do is give up on yourself. You cannot give up on yourself. And you keep bloody showing up for yourself and your kids as well. What she said was, her daughter said to her, she said, Mum, I don't know if you're dead or alive. And, you know, for your children, I mean, that hurt me the most, that little comment there, that when your children can't see you, your children think that you're dead. And, you know, you can survive this. You can survive it. And even if you're in the thick of it right now, in the thick of it, there is a way out, and they can never change your mind. They can never change your mindset or your soul. And, you know, just today, you can just think, right, I'm going to make that decision to get out of this. I'm going to turn this around. I will not be defeated. I will not be defeated. I am strong. I am determined, and I will make myself and my life better. So listen, on that note, all my dearest of love, and you know, all of you out there, you know, who really are suffering, I understand and I love you, and I'm here to support you. You take care. All my love. Bye.